With strong rumours Erling Haaland is Chelsea's top striking target, we have a look at what would happen if Erling Haaland does go to Chelsea. Will he win the league? Will he win the Champions League? How many goals will he score? Let's find out. So here we have the first season with Erling Haaland. Chelsea finished third behind City and Liverpool. They were 12 points off Liverpool and 6 points off City in second. They managed 22 wins, 8 draws, mostly against some of the top teams like United, Tottenham, Liverpool, and some of the mid teams like Everton, Leicester, Leeds. Losses mainly to decent clubs like United, City, Leicester, and then some of the smaller clubs like Southampton, Palace, Burnley. They've done really well. Not a bad season for Chelsea, finishing third. Obviously Liverpool and City are a tough thing to deal with. However, here we are looking at Erling Haaland. 20 goals, the number one goal scorer. He's done his job well. He's got 20 goals for them. He's top in the league. You can't ask for much more. Overall, in the first season, he scored 24 goals and 7 assists, 7 player of the matches, and a decent average rating. So he's playing good, he's getting goals. You can't ask for much more than the top goal scorer in the Premier League in this first season. Unfortunately, they were knocked out in the other cups, like the Carabao Cup 2-1 by Huddersfield. They beat Huddersfield in the FA Cup. They beat Nottingham Forest, but then were knocked out by West Brom 3-2. Champions League, they got through their group pretty well. Atalanta, Sevilla. But they went out against Juventus, who beat them 4-0 away after a 1-1 draw at home. But overall, not a bad season for Erling Haaland. He's got loads of goals, he's even getting some assists, and he's taken Chelsea to that next level. Season 2 with Chelsea, and they're third again on 75 points. They're struggling to catch up with Liverpool and City, which is understandable. But again, Erling Haaland doing his part. 6 more goals, I believe, in the league than last year, and again, top scorer with Chris Wood. He's also on 7 assists again, so joint 13th assist maker. Looking at the whole season, he has got 33 goals and 7 assists, so he's now becoming a 30 goal a season striker. He's got good average ratings, and he's banging in them goals at only 21. Unfortunately for Haaland, they did not get any other cups either. The FA Cup, they beat Blackburn and Brighton. Got to the semis, but were beat 2-1 by Liverpool. Obviously a tough opponent to come against. In Europe, they didn't do too well. They were third in their group with PSG, Inter and Slavia Prague. Obviously a really tough group. They won both games against Slavia, drew 1 with PSG, and lost to Inter twice and PSG. Group of death didn't do much for them, so they obviously went down into the Europa League. They got through Real Sociedad after a 1-0 home defeat. They got 2-0 away. They then lost 2-2 against Zenit and lost 2-1 away. So unfortunately they were out of Europe as well. But if we look for Chelsea this season, we have Haaland on 33 goals and 11 player of the matches. So we move to the third season to see how Erling Haaland did at Chelsea. They did finish 5th, which is disappointing. Obviously no Champions League football from the league. 77 points is quite a way off Liverpool's and the City's, and you're starting to have other clubs creeping into this top 4, which you'd expect Chelsea to be in. However, you can't put any blame on Haaland. Again, performing well with 8 of the matches, only behind Mane and Kane. Once again, the league's top goal scorer with 28. His numbers just go up and up every season, which is fantastic. All comps, 37 goals and 7 assists. So now he's approaching 40 goals a season striker. Well, he's definitely at least a 30 goal a season striker now, which for Chelsea is immense. You know, if you have a 30 goal a season striker, you normally win something. We're going to have a look and see if Chelsea managed to pick up any silverware this season and give a bit back to Haaland after all his work and scoring all these goals. So if we have a look at the Carabao Cup, they beat Man City on penalties. They then beat Arsenal on penalties. and then they lost the quarter-final to Manchester United 2-0. In the FA Cup, they beat Stoke. They then beat Arsenal on penalties. But then they were unfortunately beat in extra time 2-1 to Liverpool. So no domestic trophies. So it all comes down to the European Cup. Chelsea had a tough group again this year with Juventus, Ajax. They did finish second comfortably. They won 4. They won the 2 games against the bottom team. They beat Ajax once and Juventus once. But they also lost 1 of each to Juventus and Ajax, but it wasn't enough to get them through, which is good. They then drew a hard opponent in Bayern Munich. Erling Haaland a big part in beating them 1-0. They went away to Bayern Munich, lost 2-1, but went through on away goals, luckily. They then had Real Madrid after a 1-0 defeat. They then went on to beat them 2-1 away, and they beat them on away goals with Neres and Sancho scoring, which put them into the semis. The semi was against Manchester City, a 2-2 away. Not a bad result. Haaland getting a penalty. And then they beat them 2-0 away, going into the Champions League final. So the Champions League final was against Juventus, and they won 1-1 on penalties. Erling Haaland getting the equaliser, take it to penalties. He scored his penalty. Chelsea scored all of theirs, and Alexandru missed the last one, making them Champions League winners. So Chelsea, Erling Haaland, based on Football Manager, he will score you 30 goals a season, and he brought home the Champions League again. Couldn't bring the league home, but brought home the Champions League after his 3rd season. So Erling Haaland seems to perform really well at Chelsea. Football Manager predicts he's going to do really well, perform really well, and eventually bring home a major title. So hopefully that gets Chelsea fans excited. Please like and subscribe if you like the video, and we will see if Haaland comes or not, but we can always pray.